Hello everybody and welcome to Diane Actually Writes. I apologize to those of you who were expecting State of the Multiverse today. I have postponed for the moment until next week. That'll be at 1 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. GMT, and will run for an hour prior to Aaron's special Ask an Old GM stream for GM's Day. And the reason why is because apparently a lot of Twitch viewers who are watching on browsers have been getting what they're calling the Twitch purple screen of death. It's a screen that comes up, makes your video silent, right? Sometimes it'll push the stream into the far right corner in a small image like it does when it's running an ad. And it will say, oh, if you're watching on an embed, then you should come to twitch.tv for the best Twitch experience. If you are on twitch.tv, then probably you have an ad blocker or other script running on your browser that is preventing Twitch from functioning properly. Please go and disable this, your ad blocker. Right? It's paraphrased. It's not precisely what it says. I'm sure Siobhan would be happy to post a link to the image from my Discord, though, if I asked her nicely. So I'm going to ask her nicely to do that so you guys can have a look. If you see that, please do not actually disable your ad blocker and try to go back to Twitch, because Walking Dead Lover did that yesterday, and now she can't get back on Twitch at all. I understand that they rolled this out like about 3 months ago as something they were doing on embedded players, and people were complaining about it then, and it made news, but now apparently it's happening on all the browsers too. This is apparently not happening if you are subscribed to the channel that you're trying to watch, right, or if you are watching on the Twitch app, right? So the thing about it is that it lasts for at least 30 seconds on my computer when it started doing it last night during Coffee's stream. It ran every time it appeared for a full minute and appeared every 15 minutes. To say that I am furious about this would be vastly underestimating the depths of my rage. So I am trying to start a shitstorm about it on Twitter. If you are on Twitter and you have my account, which is simply at Sable Aradia, if you're not already following, it's like down there, right? Then I have a big long thread about it. I've retweeted a couple things other people have said. Toblin said that he had, this was affecting 90% of his viewers this morning. I think this is a disaster, and I really hope that you will complain, because I messaged Twitch support nicely last night to ask about it and was ignored. They have since responded to angry tweets this morning, so I got angry and made a big long thread about it and tagged a whole bunch of Twitch streamers that I know, including a couple of big ones. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, because I can't be sure you'll actually see it, I'm going to try to do State of the Multiverse next week. And hopefully it'll be straightened out by then. And in the meantime, if you do see this thing, like I said, try watching on the app, your phone, whatever. You know, I don't have any better solutions at the moment. And if you don't want to stick with me for this, you know, I don't blame you. Like I said, you won't see it if you're subscribed to the channel, but I don't want to force people to subscribe to my channel. I'm not interested in that. If you want to subscribe to support the stream, that's awesome, right? And, you know, but not everybody can afford to do that, especially those of us who watch a million streams, right? We can't, right? So this is going to prevent me from watching a lot of your streams if you're a streamer, and I apologize for that. It's been my practice to run like 2 or 3 streams in the background, even if I'm lurking. It supports viewership, and I occasionally get involved in the conversation. I want to support everybody, but I will not be able to do that because I'm going to have to watch on my phone until they figure it out, in which case I can only watch 1 stream at a time. I'm sorry, guys. I hope that Twitch gets their shit together. Okay, in the meantime, on to happier notes. Hi, James. Good to see you. Bonsoir there, Amélie. I Hope you're doing better than I am today. Scrolling down. Hi, Siobhan. Always happy to see you. Thank you for, helping people figure out what was going on. I noticed that you were doing that in the chat, and I appreciate it. Hi, Darth. Yeah, it's affecting him too. That's shitty. Hi, Daz. Good to see you. Hi, Moonflower. We will definitely do your brainstorm in the 5-minute break. I don't have any trouble doing things generally that'll take 5 minutes, even on this stream. I just don't want to spend, 15 minutes to half an hour on anything that isn't writing, right? I yap enough as it is. Hi, Author Goddess. Good to see you. Hi, Twinkle. Yep, this is the Twitch thing. Thank you, Twinkle, for retweeting. I appreciate it. Author Goddess is like, well, it was a good week to take a break from streaming. Yep, I don't blame you. I can't guarantee that your viewers are going to be watching it. So, apparently they started doing this on embeds about November, but I didn't notice because I was doing Game of Tomes and my viewership went up considerably in that time due to Game of Tomes. So, I did notice that a couple of people who've been following for a while stopped, but I thought maybe that was because of the change of content. I didn't realize that it probably had something to do with this. So, shitty. All right. You know what? I kind of need to relax a bit now. I'm very tense. I'm very wired up. Moon, do you want to do your brainstorm now? I will watch the time. It says 2:18 here, so at 2:23 we'll stop this, and this will be 5 minutes where we get to do something, a little bit more fun, and maybe I'll relax a bit. So that'll be cool. Today my plan is that I'm going to edit To Know Your Enemy, but I'm going to start with working on the timeline stuff that I couldn't get done yesterday. I might work on my rank articles, or I might start the item challenge. I think I'm probably going to save that one to Sunday though. So, Moon says, I just outsmarted and, did I say hi, Moonflower? I don't think I did. I'm sorry. Hi. I'm glad to see you. Says, I just outsmarted the Romanian town name thing, so how about monster type generation? Monster type generation. Define what you mean. Like, are you talking for generation for a role-playing game, or just coming up with ideas for monsters? Thanks, James. James said, Game of Tomes and you being awesome. You're sweet. And then he said, I like your streams, so I stayed. And thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad to have you, James. You're awesome. Lappin for life. Always. Moon says, I'm doing the randomest thing I can think of right now, so just random monsters. Okay. Again, role-playing game-based, is it D&D? Or are we talking about traditional monsters? I'll start there. Were creatures. There's so many in different mythologies, right? There's were jaguars, there's where, werewolves are of course the most famous in our culture. There's like, were rats, were spiders, were birds. There's an old witch power that says that witches used to be able to turn themselves into hares. That was one of the things. It was a like signature witchy power, which is why it's kind of fun. I'm house slapping. Yeah, gigantic bunnies with sharp teeth. Oh, you speak of the jackalope. Yeah, jackalope is a monster. I haven't decided on a system yet, but vaguely D&D. Slimes, oozes, and jellies. In my opinion, one of the most underutilized and amazing creatures in D&D style games. I love them. Yeah. Wolpertinger. Yeah, good point. Make a Shreks, says the author goddess. That's cool. There's always the Cthulhu type monsters, you know, shit with bug teeth and tentacles, right? There's undead of various varieties, right? There's so many different forms of that. Ghosts, wraiths, cursed mummies, skeletons, zombies, uh, vampires, you know. A magical shrew that hexes whoever touches it? That sounds awesome. Oh, I didn't know about the jackalope. I just checked it, says Amelie. Yeah, you're probably talking about the, you know, the famous sharp-toothed rabbit from Monty Python, right? Yeah. Were-legomorph is what people often call that one, right? Which is, of course, a were-rabbit. But yeah, sentient slime molds, sentient gelatinous cube. I have a character who is half dark elven and half, I think high elven is originally what it was, right? And she's a druid. She's an Underdark druid, and she has a sentient gelatinous cube pet, right? And his name is Jelly. And then, well, its name, they don't really have gender. And then when it budded, right, they named that one Cubert. And he was great. And as a matter of fact, those of you who are in the Inner Sanctum channel with me will know about it because I've made it lore in there. So, yeah. Teeny tiny, cute, and fuzzy. Ah, get it away! Yep. Yeah, nope, don't know that one either, says Amelie. I just got a random idea because everyone here is obsessed with rabbits. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. Jackalopes are a good one. Oh, here's an underutilized one. There is a monster that is part of Cree Nation legend and other related First Nations. Well, in the States you call them tribes. Here we call them nations in Canada, right? And it's called a Wendigo, and it's a cannibal spirit creature that wanders the frozen wastes of, like, there's variations of it all over Canada, of course, because we do have a lot of frozen country, and it's sometimes pictured with horns like a jackalope, or, you know, an antlers, right? And it has big sharp teeth, and it's fuzzy, right? And it'll, like, you know, it eats flesh, right? And sometimes it's said that the spirit of that infests people who are tempted to cannibalism, right? So, yeah. Lalabronze, the spirit of desperate hunger, nods, says author goddess no nods. A sentient bouncy ball of destruction, and yes, the gelatinous cube likes me, says Moonflower. It likes the scritches. It does like scritches. Yeah. So there's a few ideas. If you guys have any more, feel free to throw them in the chat. But Siobhan has now redeemed Less Talk, More Write, and it has been more than 5 minutes, so I'd better get on with it. If I think of anything else in the meantime, I'll talk to you about it in the break. And let's get to work, shall we? Hey, now, come on. There we go. All right. I didn't realize what linking related organizations and related characters did when I first created the timeline. So what I'm currently doing is I'm going back through my old timeline here, and I'm adding that information as much as it exists. I obviously don't have nearly enough character articles done up yet, because a lot of very important characters don't yet have an article. Right? This is kind of something that I need to get caught up on, or somebody else could. But, there's a couple of people who are helping to create content for the Toy Soldier Saga now, so maybe that is something I can delegate a bit. But, yeah, in the meantime, I'm linking the ones I have, because it makes sense. I did my first 2 major protagonist articles. If you're a patron, you've seen them both. Right? If you're not a patron, you've probably seen the first one, which is Shondar at the beginning of the book, basically. Actually, I don't think I have anything I need for that one. And that's the sprint. Well, I was concentrating pretty hard there. How'd you guys do in the meantime? What are you working on today? You're evil, author goddess. Make a cursed quill pen that creates an insatiable need to write, but also the worst case of writer's block ever. Moonflower says that's possible in this time period, despite Moon adds, I totally made it a sort of Castlevania fanfic because I wanted to include that version of Dracula, the total nerd version. That's great. Author Goddess says, or a possessed bust of a famous writer, but the spirit thinks it's a muse, only it resorts to violent threats. That's pretty awesome. Emily is going to add the icons Demi showed earlier to her articles and categories. I didn't see that stream because I would have had to watch on my phone. So, and I want to comment too much on World Anvil streams, and I'm just not as fast with my phone, so I guess I'll catch the VOD later. Dracula officially owns the quill pen and the bus. That's awesome. Siobhan is working on a base staff. Author Rada says, a cup that makes whatever you put in it taste like the most refreshing drink ever, but it actually doesn't hydrate at all, so you will die of thirst if you only drink from it. Keep them coming, says Moonflower. Twinkle says, I'm still kind of editing it, but this is what I came up with if anyone wants to take a peek. Okay, so if anyone wants to take a peek at Twinkle's article, it's I'll repost it, I guess, in the chat here. No, I guess I won't, because it won't let me, but scroll back, it's up there. Author Goddess says, a Ghoul Sam, a goblin that is as good a friend to the owner as Samwise Gamgee. Oh my god. James is asking, do you have advice when writers on World Anvil had dry spells on adding content? This isn't really my question stream, but off the top of my head, when I have dry spells of content, I go do something else for a while, right? Whatever it is. A change is as good as a rest. If I have dry spells on Toy Soldier, I write on Weird West, and vice versa. And if I can't do either, I do a lot of role-playing games and catch up on my reading, because what that means is that I need to refuel my brain. That's my suggestion off the top of my head. Yeah. I agree with Twinkle's advice there. If it's you, you are allowed to take a rest for a bit. Writers do not have to produce content 100% of the time. We are allowed breaks. If it's someone else, what? Author Goddess, I am stealing that idea. This will probably appear somewhere in the Toy Soldier universe. Bright Night, a gem that steals the light from a selected star, eventually killing the star, and any life forms dependent on it, often results in alien gods seeking retribution. That is fucking awesome. Hello, Calyatan. I hope you're not having problems with the purple Twitch screen of death today. How are you? Yeah, but I thought it was just a flashlight. Yeah. Author Goddess says, a potion of endless tobacco, add 3 drops to the ashes in a pipe and the tobacco regenerates, letting you smoke it again. Creator, Edwin Vapeton. Name, E-Vape Juice. That's pretty great. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta get back to work, but I gotta throw this out. Author Goddess says, magical plant, tomato of productivity. Speak a goal and you have 25 minutes to complete the goal and the tomato explodes all over you. You cannot escape the tomato. Discovered by Patricia Omodora, used by a cult that calls themselves the Pomodoras. For those of you who don't know, this whole business here with the sprint timer comes from the Pomodoro writing method, so just so you know. Sentient magic bone whistle sounds cool, Daz. Okay, I gotta get back to work. Oh yes, and Twinkle does have to leave soon, and I will take time to mention this. Twinkle will be reading part 2 of their novel Reaper on their stream today. I am about halfway through part 1, and it's a really good story, and I think you guys should go check it out. You know, I'm invested in the characters. I want to know what happens next. You know, go check it out. Go support Twinkle's stream. Provided you don't get the purple screen of death. Can somebody please explain the purple screen of death to Calutan? If you have time. And if not, we will go over it again in the next break briefly. I hear a dingy thing. Hello, dingy thing. Hello, Weirdwin. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. Always good to see you. How did your stream go today? I hope you haven't been plagued by the purple screen of death from Twitch. I love that. What a little weird word. Yeah, what a little weird word, Wade. I love it. That's great. Use the Moobot one there, Spud, because that's the one that I keep up to date. I guess Stream Elements has that function, but I haven't done anything with it, so. Twitch has been decent to you today. I'm glad to hear that. I am right pissed off at them right now. I guess it can't be doing too bad at the moment, though, because this is actually, you know, a decent amount of people today, so. I went off on it in my Discord, and I mentioned it in the affiliate channel on the Twitch Writers Network, so. Okay. Right now I'm working on a timeline for the events of my current novel, and I'm kind of just updating it at the moment. I will be moving on to editing. It's like a second pass edit of the second novel in the series today. Okay, it's sort of between a first and second pass because I've gone over all of it before, but they were parts of both the other books around it, and now it's book 2, so I gotta put it in a different order. Okay, what the hell was this about here? Right. Chandar being an idiot. Got it. Oh, hey Loria, good to see you. Unreliable narrators are fun, aren't they? And that's the sprint. All right. Let's check it out. I won't be able to read everything here in the chat, guys, or I'll be way too behind. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. It hasn't been that busy since I last read. Cool. Siobhan suggests a poi that produces endless amounts of coffee. Of course, the more coffee it produces, the more you crave it. We're talking about cursed items now. Author Goddess says, quill of notation, a quill that writes whatever you say but in invisible ink. It appears for a mere 15 minutes. After 24 hours, then is lost forever. The bane of disorganized students. James is working on added tags, correcting mention links, and acknowledgements. So, same kind of stuff I'm doing, bookkeeping, basically. That's cool. Yeah, Amelie says that's very cool. They have a subscription with Font Awesome and RPG Awesome, so you can use any of their icons. Yes, you can. The only way I've been able to successfully use it at the moment is in the calendar, which is fine. I really got to figure out how to implement it in articles. If Demi mentioned that on stream today, I will definitely go back and watch the VOD. I usually do when I miss the live stream of Royal Anvil anyway. Kayatan says I will probably change my D&D, so I'm working on it. I assumed that the artifact bone whistle was for Kipes there, Daz, which makes sense. Oh, Twinkle reposted their link, so if you guys want to check it out. Emily says, or use one of the prompts for or challenges. I find them really motivating. My problem with them is that they tend to distract me. I get really involved in it, but I may not need to do that particular piece of information right now, right? That might be good for the future, right? I need to do other things right now. So I've kind of made it a promise to myself that unless I can see how it directly relates to something I've already created, you know, unless, okay, I'll make an exception for, oh my god, I have this absolutely fucking brilliant idea. If I have that, then I will, you know, I'll do the challenge then, right? But otherwise, I have been kind of trying to be very strict about applying it. Now, granted, there's only one I haven't done so far as a result of that, so. If Siobhan can't think of something to do, she will do research. Moonflower is sleepy, so they're just kind of hanging out, which is cool. Emily says, I make pictures now when I don't want to write. That's awesome. Yeah, ooh, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, it's a real movie, says Daz, referring to the tomato of inspiration there. Yeah, the link that Siobhan posted is the link about the purple screen of death. FYI, I don't want any of the ideas I've listed, so they're all free for use. So, plot bunnies to adopt. Okay, I'm taking the Bright Knight. I'm totally taking that. I'm claiming that for Toy Soldier Saga. That is absolutely perfect for my setting. Okay, good luck, Twinkle. Break a leg. I'm sure it'll be awesome. Yeah, Kayatan says Toblin was talking today about the purple screen of death. I didn't know it was so common today. Yeah, it's fucking everywhere, and it appears to be working on browsers, whether you have ad blockers or not. And Walking Dead Lover tried to do what they said and disable the ad blocker so that she could watch Twitch, and it bumped her off of Twitch entirely. Now she can't get back on at all, and she just came back after a 6-month hiatus because she was tired of the tech issues. So I don't know what to tell people other than at the moment, I don't recommend you click on that until Twitch answers me as to what the hell that's about. And watch in your browser or in the Twitch app on your phone, if at all possible. It doesn't affect you if you've subscribed to the channel either. So. Neat. Neat idea with the groundhog there. Author Goddess, that's cool. I finished the adjusted spell list. I'm going to flip to my break timer, by the way, gang, because I need to take a bio. But as always, you can use it as a sprint timer. That is what I will be doing when I get back. I will see you in a few minutes, gang. I am back and working in the background. And I see the cat bumped my camera here. So I may be adjusting that when the camera goes back up. And that's the sprint. And how did everyone else do? I got a couple of timeline entries done. I'm just about finished. I'll probably finish that in the next sprint. And then I'll move on to Know Your Enemy. So, as always, I'm going to leave the chat screen up here in order to make sure that, you know, we don't get distracted too much and interrupt myself. Looking at previous stuff. Weirdwin said, oh, that purple screen. I've seen it a while. Thought it was just me since I use Streamlink to watch Twitch. Yeah, apparently it's been on embeds for like 3 months, but as of yesterday, it started appearing all over the place on browsers, whether a person had an ad block enabled or not. And it runs every 15 minutes and lasts anywhere from 30 seconds to a full minute. And completely blanks out. Like, I don't know how they expect people to watch their goddamn platform that way. Emily says, I just published my article for the Flash Challenge. Nice. It's about an artifact that can invoke giant insects that eat magic. I'm very proud of my illustrations for this one, especially the evil praying mantis I have in the header. If anyone wants to look at it, the link is there. I don't do showcases today, right? And I hope you guys do take a look at it. You know that, right? But if you want to do showcases, I'll be back Sunday and possibly Saturday. Weirdwin says I lost faith in Twitch when they removed no ads from Twitch Prime and made it a separate paid item. What a bunch of assholes. Yeah, apparently I knew it. I knew that once Amazon bought Twitch, Twitch would start engaging in all the Amazon business practices, which is to bilk their audience and their creators as much as they possibly can. Oh, it's a new update with the icons, says Amelie. You can now put it in your World Codex. That's great. Yep, exactly. Weirdwin says, the last time I whitelisted Twitch with my ad blocker, I was served a malicious ad within 3 hours. A very similar thing happened to Walking Dead Lover, and she's no longer on Twitch as a result. She's like done, right? She just come back after 6 months hiatus because she was frustrated with their tech stuff, and she's a valued member of a lot of our streams, and she won't be back because Twitch is being a dink. Daz says, I hate rewrites, especially when they feel so awesome, because that means more chainsaw action and new writing rather than just editing. Well, that's part of editing, actually. Rewrite. It's part of editing. Emily says, now that my evil praying mantis has been published, I'm finally putting the new icons to all my articles. I'm having fun. That's awesome. Dad says, I know several streamers who went to YouTube. I already went to Twitch because I was frustrated with YouTube, to be frank with you. I'll tell you what I might start doing, though. I might actually invest... Author Goddess, what is it called? That thing that lets you stream to both Twitch and YouTube and, Facebook, if you're linked there, and a bunch of other platforms all at once. There's either a monthly or a yearly subscription fee, and I haven't wanted to invest in it. I was like, I'm doing fine with Twitch, but restream is one option. Okay, that's cool. I will keep that in mind, right? I may use something else, like there was something called... I don't remember what it was called. Author Goddess would know, because I think she uses it. And I will probably do that to stream to both platforms. Is a multi-streaming a violation of affiliate terms of service? Not that I'm aware of. The World Anvil has been a Twitch affiliate forever, and they've been doing it. They just recently stopped because they wanted to make a partner. So perhaps that's what you can't do it if you're a partner. Alright, oh, that could be true. We have to wait 24 hours before putting Twitch content on another platform. I might just not stream to Twitch then after a while. It depends on how much my audience goes down, guys. Of course, it's not like YouTube gives you anything for streaming on their platform. All it is ad revenue, which is peanuts. Absolutely not worth it. So, I don't know. Maybe Vimeo allows streaming. I'm very frustrated right now. Anastasia says, do you know if Adobe Creative Cloud licenses allow one to create a PDF that remains legal after one subscription lapses? I have no idea. I'm going to go to the sprint screen now. And I thought my camera might be borked. The cat. My kitten, well, she's not a kitten anymore, but she's, sorry, this is going to take a minute because it's kind of a perilous balance. Cutting off the top of my head. Give me a break. Still cutting off the top of my head. Okay. Okay, that's as far back as that tilts. Okay. Yeah. I need to hawk my merch. I would open a Streamlabs. I subscribe to one YouTube channel for $2 a month, says Anastasia. Yeah. Anyway, she's my kitten. Yeah, she's the little one, right? The little stray. Right, so the smallest of the cats. And she is the only one who fits properly in the window ledge that's behind the computer screen here. So she was sleeping there, and she left when I went on break. And she bumped my camera, as she often does. Because the cord comes down this way, and then she comes down and hops onto my computer tower, and she's out. So, okay, I'm going to get back to work now, guys. You're right, I need merch. In order to do merch, I need art. Right, so I gotta get going on that. Speaking of which, I have some art news that I'll talk about in the break. So I'm almost finished this now. I think I have like 2 events left to do here to catch this up. And then I've added all the characters and whatnot that I can for the moment. Well, the thing about this, the world date that I keep talking about, or that I keep meaning to talk about, but I don't because it's up here when I'm working, this current world date thing, that's a date of a very significant event in the first novel that I'm writing, right, that I'm editing now for publication this year, right? It's the date that the second interstellar war breaks out, which is kind of what most of the events of the story center around. But the thing is, when I'm done publishing the first book, oh, okay, I already added that. I'm done. Okay, good. Done updating the timeline for the moment. So there we are at the last event so far there that I've been working on, and here's to know your enemy. But yeah, I'll be moving up the date for the world once the book is out officially, right, to the last date that I mention in that novel. When the second book comes out, I will move up the world date to the date that novel starts at, which is a couple months later, I think. Wait, no, not anymore. I changed it. So that'll be the date until the second book comes out, and then the world date will be moved up to when the second book ends. And I'll keep doing that. How are you guys doing on your projects, by the way? Let's get into that on the break, since I'm now caught up in the chat. Wait a minute. I did something wrong here. Okay. The thing I did wrong was only there. Got it. And that's the sprint. And how'd you guys do? Good night, James. Thanks for joining me. Leppin for life, I should say. You got art, says Daz. Put it on t-shirts and coffee mugs, even notebooks with Sable art covers. Bookmarks, binders. Would you guys buy that shit if I made it? Like, I can. There's all kinds of services. I already have an account at Zazzle. I could be making that kind of stuff if you guys want. Patreon's been urging me to get on board with their patron-only merch. There's like something that I think Streamlabs is doing too. So Rudowin says, I wonder if they have the toggle backwards, because I used to get purple screens, but I haven't had one all day. That's interesting. Swag, says Author Goddess. Cool. Yeah, I think the most commonly used thingy is Teespring, but I'm not sure, says Daz. Yeah, that is the one that seems to be popular among World Anvil users anyway. I thought about going on there, but I mean, like, I already got my Dazzle account, or Zazzle account, so I'd probably just keep it. It'd be easier in creating a new one. And Author Goddess says, I have a cafe press store, and I like it. Daz says, AG, you need to hype your merch when you stream. Make it fun, like, people spent stream points for you to hype the merch in a character voice or something. What a good idea. I will totally do that when we get some merch going. If you guys want merch. I mean, now's the time if you do, right? Because, you know, we gotta build stuff with Kickstarter anyway, right? And, you know, so yeah. If you're interested, let me know. Yeah. And I could totally do that in character voices or accents, right? Shandar's voice doesn't sound much different from me. He just takes on a bit more slang when I play him, right? And I don't know, a little bit more. I pitch it down a little bit, I think, but okay. Graham might be more fun because, you know, he's a gunslinger and he has that sort of southern but not quite accent because it's a different world, so it's a little different. Question, does World Anvil work better on Chrome or Edge? I have no idea. I've never tried it on Edge. I've been using Chrome since I got on, so I don't know. What sort of merch do people actually buy, says Anastasia. That's a good question. If I'm buying merch, I like t-shirts and mugs. Those are my favorite. Occasionally, if they have something really cool that has an in-world relationship to a book, I will get notebooks, right? But that really depends. But mostly t-shirts, second mugs. That's what I get, because I like coffee mugs. I actually, I do not have any more, right? One of Author Goddess's awesome mugs for Too Weird, but it broke, so I don't have it anymore. But it was awesome, and I got it because I was a patron, so it's always nice. So I've been meaning to buy a new one and just haven't gotten around to it yet. I watched the Lady Writes make Streamlabs merch the other day. She seemed satisfied. Cool. Okay. Daz says, yes, I like merch, or have a merch of the week that you hype each stream. That's not a bad idea. Actually, I really like that one, Daz, because that way I won't end up spending like 3 days doing nothing but creating merch on whatever site. Sorry about that, excuse me. I didn't want you to hear my sneeze, but yeah, I could do one a week and go, here's our new merch of the week, right? DM Stretch has Streamlabs merch. Do you guys like Streamlabs merch? Let me know if you do. Yeah, Laria says, my mug cupboard is full, so I can't get any more mugs. Laria really likes pins and stickers. Okay, I will keep that in mind. So what I want is t-shirts, mugs, pins, stickers, and notebooks so far, and probably bookmarks, right? Okay. Throw out ideas. If you think you might actually buy something like that, let me know, and I will put it together. Warm hoodies. Oh yeah, that's true. A nice warm hoodie is cool. I like notebooks, says Daz. Okay. Enamel pins or the badge and minute ones? Good question. Good question. I dislike the buttons because they tend to be cheap made. Warm hoodies are the opposite of cool. Hashtag just saying. Yeah, I suppose. But I like them too. Okay. I'm going to get back to work, guys. Let me know if you have any other ideas in the chat or, because why not? Can't hurt, right? And in the meantime, I will get back to work on my story. I've been muted this whole time. I'm sorry. I feel like a bloody idiot. Thank you very much, Daz. I appreciate that, trying to get my attention. Okay. Let's see if I can summarize. Daz said I got a vest that needs filling with pins to go with my military vested patches from back in the day. Was a thing amongst service people to exchange patches. I was saying, yeah, I think I got told that Jamie was in the Army and Aaron was in the Navy, and they both mentioned it to me. Right? I even have SAC and a missile command patch. That's awesome. Anastasia says weird, but that's maybe weird, but luggage stickers. That's cool. People put them on RVs too. One that says I've, peridot or break, something like that. Yeah, yeah. The ones that boast you've been to exotic locales, like she says. Yeah. Um, I have missed Siobhan's opportunity to brainstorm, so we are going to do that in the next break, which will be after the break sprint timer. Siobhan says, I have an idea for merch for myself to promote. Now I need to know whether quickly or quietly works better in this life gets better tomorrow. And it blanked it out for me, Siobhan. I don't know what you said, the Q word there. Queer? I don't know. Inspire another today. Oh, queers. You probably said queers because that's viewed as a slur. For some reason, the word queer is an adjective, right? Is fine, but as a noun is not. I don't know, right? I think there's someone says, oh, the queers, then, context, right? But, yeah. Okay. Life gets better tomorrow. Queerly when you inspire others. Anyway, we'll do that at the next break. I'm going to put up the break sprint timer, the be right back. I will use it as a sprint and work in the background when I get back from my break, and I hope you will use it the same way. See you in a minute. I am back and working in the background, and I see now what you're trying to do there, Siobhan. I'm sorry, I was just reading it quickly because I was behind on the chat and I was trying to get through it before the break started. So I really like that. That's a great idea. I would buy that shirt, especially if you did them in rainbow colors, like everyone's different. Life is red, etc. That is really cool. Life gets better tomorrow. Quickly or quietly, inspire another today. That is really clever. We need a cue word. Quixotically works. People might not know what that meant. Hey, Pride. Hi, Pride. Bye, Pride. Hi, Esau. Good to see you. Thank you very much for renewing your subscription. I really appreciate it. 7 months at Tier 1. Awesome. You're amazing, and I appreciate your support a lot. Yeah. Of the options suggested so far, my favorite is quietly, because it encourages, random acts of kindness that are gentle. And I know LY words get a lot of hate, but so what? I think it works. I think and I think within the context, people aren't going to be complaining about an LY. I would buy that shirt. Okay, sorry, that was a sprint. I'll keep the timer up here for the chat so that we can keep things in rhythm. Pride is sending boop Sable's nose. Boop! Good to see you, Pride. We're trying to help Siobhan come up with an acronym that spells LGBTQIA and maybe plus, I don't know. Actually, I think that she's using the Canadian version, which is LGBTQIA2, right? Which the 2 standing for and plus sometimes, right? With plus the 2 stands for Two-Spirit, which acknowledges Indigenous identities, right? So yes, I am, says Siobhan, because she is Canadian. So you guys may have seen that acronym acronym around, and if you have, then now you know what it means. And I love the idea. I think that would be a very cool shirt, and like I would totally buy that. We were discussing merch. Daz is like, yeah, you gotta stop depending on Twitch and YouTube and shit there, Sable. You gotta make merch, right? I don't know, Angstaze. People do it both ways. But, yeah, so so I was considering how we got into this conversation was what kind of merch would people be interested in if we made them, right? We'd be using probably the cover graphic there, right? And, you know, hopefully the book cover that Chaotica is making. Oh, yes, and I promised art news. Chaotica sent me kind of a block-out sketch of her idea last night. I slept on it because I tend to be like I have to decide for myself the purchase of a book cover. A book cover is a movie poster, right? And the idea is to get people to read your book. A lot of the language is symbolic, right? So should I be overly hung up on the fact that, you know, the details she's describing are not entirely accurate to the book? And I think mostly no, but in this particular case, it's blatantly against the book, so I think I have to mention the small detail. But otherwise, her idea was perfect. So she wants blowing up ship stuff, which is great. I like blowing up ship stuff. Awesome. So I don't know, what kind of merch would you guys be interested in if I were to, you know, make some merch, right? Do you buy mugs? Do you buy t-shirts, stickers, pins? What do you buy, right? Would that be something that would actually interest you? Because I could do that. I have a Zazzle account already. I could do Streamlabs merch, you know, whatever, right? I could make that available. And now's the time, because it will, you know, increase awareness. I got the Kickstarter coming up. It's possible I could make some of the merch into Kickstarter, like, supporter stuff. Like, in, you know, higher levels, probably, if it's physical merch, but I could do it. Esong says, I could see myself getting behind a sticker. Okay, stickers are cool. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing I want to know. Like, what do people buy? Me, it's t-shirts, mugs, and probably notebooks in that order. I have bought a pin once or twice. Also, as everyone gets their shots, lockdown will be easing up. That is true. I wonder how this will affect our audience. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, Esong says, as a teacher, I don't usually have a lot of t-shirts time, but I could very easily put a sticker somewhere on my desk and it would bring me joy. That makes sense. Alright, we're going back to the sprint timer screen now, so you'll get to see my face again. Bumper stickers. My other car is a dragon. Hey, that's a great idea. Bumper sticker. My other car is a Starseed ship. Toy Soldier Saga. You know? My bumper sticker fave. What am I, flypaper for freaks? I hear you, Angstaze. It is a problem, right? She says, t-shirts feel exclusionary to me, but that's because I'm both fat, don't come in my size, and busty, distorts the graphic unless it's a chest rather than font graphic. Yeah, or rather than front graphic. Yes, I try to do things, and when I'm designing t-shirts, I do keep that in mind. I am fairly busty myself. I get frustrated with t-shirts. My problem is if they're like the right size this way for me, they're not the right size this way. I usually end up with shirts that are like the right size this way, right? And then they hang down to my practically my fucking knees, right? And yeah, it's annoying. So it depends on the manufacturer, right? The nano t-shirts aren't too bad. Yeah, potato sack with pretty graphic. Pretty much. I also will buy oversized t-shirts and wear them as 90s. That's something I do, right, for that reason. And I've been told before that clothes just don't do me any good, right? My lovers have said many times that I look much better naked, and it's not a matter of them being pigs, it's a matter of them realizing my body type is just obscured by the clothes that are available off the rack. Why not put the graphic on the back? That's not a bad idea. 90s, that's a good idea. Cool, okay. Alright, I gotta get back to work. I'm interested in the conversation, but we're sprinting now. I concentrate, but I keep them coming, guys. I appreciate the suggestions and ideas, and I agree with you, Oxtaze. It's really hard for people who are not sized according to a particular cookie cutter format to get clothes that look right. I cannot agree more. Yeah. Okay. That's where I was. I thought so. Alright. Oh, I bet I just fucked that up. Yeah, I did. Oh, shit. Alright, let's begin again at the beginning. Excuse me. And that's the sprint. Looks like we have time for one more before we quit. Suggestions for ideas for merch is Daz is like, you should make toy soldier merch. I'm like, okay, what should I make for merch? Right? So Nighties, toques, gloves. Logo on the front with the back is great. Logo on the front with graphic on the back is great. Okay. Mittens, hats, and scarves. All right. Are these things people would actually get? Like, that's the big thing, right? Because I don't want to put out like so many products that people's brains just hurt and it becomes the tyranny of choice. I think I made that mistake with some of my Weird West merch. So, oh, gotcha. Okay. Anastasia says, I like enamel pins, but they don't POD. Not usually. Yeah. Also graphic on the front for the guys. Yeah. Makes sense. All right. Also seasonal merch. Summertime is coming. Beach towels. That's cool. Seasonal merch might be a good idea. Hi, Bob. Nice to see you. Did Twitch ever respond to me? Not to my knowledge yet. I will check my... it's getting some traction among people. People are responding. No, they haven't said a goddamn word. But it's catching some fire on Twitter, which is nice. What do my characters use? Okay. Military name, world's your t-shirt, in the style of band shirts, but with combat locations? That's kind of cool! Oh, cool! Yeah, Battle of Arianrod. That's cool. Moonflower wonders if I should reveal my secret project and possibly take donations to cover the cost of it. That's a cool idea. Yeah, like 3 and then run other merch as a limited time thing. That's a good idea. World's Tour, yeah. That is cool. Yeah. Known Space Tour. Yeah. Yeah, World's Tour. I like that. That's great. Yep, Battle of Arianrod. Battle of Voylinta's Rings. Yeah, Arianrod with Voylinta's Rings. Yggdrasil Sprout. Alatha. Draconia. That's cool. That's really cool, actually. Okay, I like that idea. I just might use that whole hawk. Thank you, Oxtaze. That is great. That is really fun. I would wear that shirt. Just for location, leave off Battle of. Yeah, I redid it in my brain. Yeah. Aww. Twinkle is back from the failure stream. I'm going to try it again on Saturday when I get my new Wi-Fi adapter. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. But I'm glad it's on Saturday because then I won't miss it. So that is good. So make sure you check out Twinkle's stream on Saturday for the part 2 of Reaper. And what time will you be starting that, Twinkle, to make sure that I can make it? Because Saturday I can make the time. I don't have to show up at Aaron's stream, you know. I can at least listen on my phone, so I can't watch on my browser, apparently. Yeah. I've been debating making ASC t-shirts for some people. I've thought about that, and the ASC is considered that too. We were concerned about it. It's the same thing that stopped us from making Game of Thrones merch. We were concerned about profits going to, like, you know, like, the ASC is a non-profit venture, right? So, but I like the idea, and we have discussed it. Certainly, Time Pool was willing to lend their graphics to the cause, and so was Kahuna when the conversation came up. My mom works for a t-shirt company. Okay. Moon, send me the deets of your idea. and I will bring it up at the next ASC board meeting. That will be Tuesday. I will be happy to put it in the suggestion box and talk about it, because that would be cool. You're thinking t-shirts for the streamers kind of idea? Because that would be bitchin'. I would get behind that. And, you know, if we can figure out a way that it isn't taking money from our viewers that we don't know what to do with, then I'm behind it. That is awesome. Thank you. That is great. Yes. Darth was purple screen of death in Twinkle's stream too. Okay, Anastasia, see you later. Thanks for joining us. Definitely a pleasure to have you today. Yeah. 12 p.m. PST. Okay. All right. I will be there. I will see you there. So that's for part 2 of Reaper. Part 1 is currently available as a VOD. Go check it out on Twinkle's channel. That is really, really cool. It looks like an indie band shirt, but it's an in-joke. Yeah, I got that. I like that. Yeah, that's great. T-shirts for some streamers. I can get them for not too expensive from my mom's job, but there are minimum numbers for screen printing if we go that route. There are more than 50 people who are ASC streamers. I would order one. I would probably order 3, actually, in various sizes. Maybe more, because Aaron would want one too. So maybe a couple so that we can wear them without laundering them. Okay, awesome. I'm getting back to work for less. Heck, I'd even order one and I'm not part of the ASC. That is awesome, Pride. Something like that, probably we can do. That would be cool, because that's a non-profit venture, right? 50 is definitely more than the minimum of 20. Excellent. I mean, I don't know if every one of them would order a shirt, but I'm pretty sure enough would. You'd make the quota. No question. Sorry to hear that, Bob. That's frustrating. Okay. I gotta get back to work here. And I am not doing this way. I realize that's the sound I wanted, and I don't give a rat's ass. What was... I gotta change that because it just doesn't work in print. I overthought my conlang, is what I did. Okay. I will fix it. I would like to use you. I would like it to be spelled like that when you see it in print. So I need to change those 2 letters. The U graphic is... Oh no, it's this one that I want. Oh, good. Okay. Yep, that's okay. It's gotta be that, so... That's the rune. And that's the sound. And I wanted the other G in order to make that work. Yeah, I was trying to make it a more guttural G. Alright, there we go. Try how that sounds. A reader. I think I have to go reader. Are you sure that was the site? Yes, it is. What does that sound like?
Garbed.
Garbed.
Good enough. Actually, you know what I could do? No. Nope, that's what it has to be because of the way I designed it. Okay, fine. There. Re-screwed with my conlang. Aw, did I change gull too? Did I not put it in there? Are you kidding me? Maybe I did something weird. Let's try that. Okay, that one is easy to fix because I don't really want to retype that a million times. There, now it won't happen again now. Okay. That one I don't mind changing. So who shall we raid when we're done, gang? Because that'll be coming up fairly quick. I was going to raid Twinkle, but I guess I'm not going to be. So who's up on the calendar? Or who would you like to go see?